realise that babies aren't being killed for that cell line now. Like, no babies are being killed for the... No babies are being killed for the HEC 293 cell line now.
Yeah.
They were killed back then. And then the cell line was immortalised, so no more babies are being killed for that cell line. So would you...
True. You know, for that cell line specifically, but babies are still getting unalive for very similar reasons, like Clementine. They again did not give her consent. They had her sign the consent form after the procedure was. She was under the influence when she signed it. Like, all of that screams medical malpractice, and I agree that was illegal.
That's not the question I was going to ask. My question is, with that cell line, obviously no babies are being killed for that specific one now. So how do you feel about people using that cell line now for research?
No, I still
like, for example, they used it for the COVID vaccine research.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't get my COVID shot.
So even though it happened, like, 50 years beforehand, and it wasn't even them who did it, it's just there, they can't use it.
I think it's very much unethical.
But if it's there,
I know
and the people who did it aren't even probably dead.
And the mother didn't consent to it. So it's unethical. It falls under the same logic that I'm using. It's still unethical.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You have this thing, right? You have this thing that could be used to save millions of people's lives. It was sourced very unethically 50 years ago by people who are probably dead now, right? And you're saying it's unethical and immoral to still use it now, even though it's there. I'm not the one who sourced it unethically. Some old person did it 50 years ago who's dead. And those people aren't benefiting from it either because they're dead.
It's not about benefits. It's not about benefits. It's about ethics. Also, please say unalive. But the mother did not consent to her child being used in that way. So it's unethical. If you look into it, I know exactly which one you're talking about. She did not consent to her child being used as a heart, as to be organ harvested. So it's still unethical. Even if it's saving lives, other people who out on mother's rights.
Yeah, first of all, I'll go to the first point you made. I don't think that's right. Like, I think that the fact that she didn't give proper consent and she wasn't properly informed, I think that's wrong. And I think, people have failed her by not giving her... Yeah. But the point I was making is, it's more about if something happened so long ago that has no connection for me, is it immoral for me to then use that thing, especially if the person who did that immoral thing by sourcing it is not benefiting from it at all, they're not making any money from it, so it's there and has the potential to save millions of people, there's no getting rid of it, it's just there, there's nothing I could do to stop the baby being killed beforehand. Can I use it
it's still unethical
to save people?
No, you can't use it. You should bury the baby. It's still unethical. And it's unethical it's not because they're harvesting the baby. People got harvested all the time. That's not what I'm upset about. I mean, I'm upset about abortions. Like, I don't like abortions. But it's done and over with. There's nothing I can do about that baby now. What I'm upset about and what I'm fighting against is people not informing these people. Not informing these people and using it. So that baby that was used and is still being used to this day should not be being used because their mother did not give consent. And we should be it's very morally incorrect for us to still use her, knowingly that mother did not give consent. So no, you should not.
Technically, it's not her.
Yes.
I mean, if we're really being specific here, it's technically not her.
It, they, them.
Yeah. Technically, those cells aren't her.
Okay, I just used a gender. I'm so sorry. But what I'm saying is, the mother did not give consent, so we should not use it.
Yeah, but I guess we're kind of going in circles because it just goes back to the idea of medical research. Now, there's always going to be some unefficacy within. Is that? I don't even know if that's the word. Unefficacy. I'm just going to use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
there's always going to be some unefficacy in medical research, and so I think it's best to use as little as possible. But I think that there isn't any other way. That isn't. But I feel like that's the lower. I feel like that's the most ethical way to do it. That's what I feel.
I don't believe so though. Like I think so. I think at the time they did what they could, what they thought could help. Sure, but at the end of the day, the mother did not consent to her child being used in such a manner.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. I think that's right.
She consented to her child's life being taken away. Sure, but she did not consent to her child being harvested. And
I think that's...
You can see that she didn't. And she was pretty.
Yeah, I think that's wrong.
When you look into
it, should have. Yeah, I think she should have been given informed consent, and she should have been told about what was happening. But that's besides the point.
Hold on.
I think that's beside.
I was born 2007, June 7th, 2007. Have fun. Okay, you can continue.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, he just asked.
Oh, someone asked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was that? Oh, I can't remember what I was saying now.
Children don't have consent.
Yeah. So I was saying.
I'm not debating the child versus
the
mother's consent right now. Have fun.
She should have, 100%. I think she should have been given informed consent, and I think it's wrong that she wasn't. I think a lot of people failed her by not giving her the right information. I agree with you. But I also think, I mean, that cell line specifically, and many like it, they take so long to make, or when they were made, and they're so difficult to get a cell line that works. And so, they're very important and they're very useful when we eventually get them. And that's why I feel like it is the most ethical way to do it, to eventually save millions of people's lives, because there's always going to be some immorality there, especially at this time.
just don't agree though, because like everybody else gets consent. They can consent to whether they agree with this or not, and they get to put on their driver's license, and their parents get to consent. So I think it's very unethical, and if you were not properly informed, or if they just did it behind your back, they definitely shouldn't be able to use your child's cell. And that's why they're fighting so hard to get Clementine cells. And I feel so bad for the mom, because if you genuinely look into it, like I did, she was not happy about it.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I probably went
her
into it.
child was being harvested. That is so unfair to her that she did not get her child back to get to have a proper funeral because of their negligence. So why should we continuously use this, knowing that this is not what she wanted, and likely not what her daughter would have wanted? Why would we continuously do this?
Because there isn't really any other way we can do it.